Hello and welcome back to Music with Mascots. Today, we're going to be looking at this. All right, today I'm going to review this little unit. It is a Jade Audio Level 1 amplifier, desktop amplifier they're calling this. They don't mean it to be a serious amplifier, or do they? They advertise it as 300 watts per channel at 8 ohms, which means, 300 watts per channel at 4 ohms, which means 150 watts per channel at 8 ohms, which is what most of our speakers are. Does it have that much power? It seems to. If you read the instructions and stuff, it says it will power computer speakers. It says it will power bookshelf speakers. I got these ones right here. And you can call these whatever you want, but they require regular power. And it says it might not power some floor standing speakers. Now, I don't know why they would say that. I am just trying this out at 8 ohms, and it has some pretty kick-ass power. But if they want it, they don't want you to use it on your floor standing speakers, I don't know, I'd give it a try. I'm not going to try it right now. I've got other stuff going on. But, so for this little right here, let me show you what we got. So you've got a power switch here, right there. It's got a protection relay. That means it's a real amplifier. Well, there are real amplifiers that don't have protection relays. That's kind of stupid. You've got a little display here which tells you what your input is. One of the inputs is Bluetooth, so you can feed your phone into this amplifier or whatever Bluetooth device you have. And then you have your bass and your treble and your volume. Your volume also serves to switch what your input is there. You've got, so right now it's on auxiliary. And there it goes on to a USB. There's a USB plug in the back. Didn't have great sound when I did that. Then it has a coax plug. Coax in. So you can plug a digital source in if you have multiple sources that you want to run through this. And then you have back to blue lights, Bluetooth, of course. And the green light is for auxiliary. Now, I have a beat up old CD. Well, it's not that beat up. It's an old CD DVD player. I'm going to plug it into the line in. You want it in closer? Let's zoom in closer to that. Put the speaker into the picture because the speaker is giving us the sound. And it's going to tell me that there's a CD in there. Maybe. Okay, that's what the song actually sounds like. So you don't have to say, that sounds kind of weird. This is the beginning of Gina Coleman's Uncrowned, a tribute to Ida Cox. And because of copyright restrictions, I haven't asked Gina if I can use this. So I'm only going to do a few seconds of it here and there. But you'll be able to hear the way this sounds with the CD. So we're running CD through auxiliary right now. Nice cymbal. That's just the intro to the first song. When I edit this, I'll have to see how much time that was on. So right now, I don't have this turned up very loud. I'm just going to play the next few seconds and then turn it up.
Blues on my mind, blues around my head. Blues on my mind, blues around my head.
That thing kicks. I didn't even turn it up to halfway, and it puts out as much as these can handle before they start distorting. Although they probably will go a little louder. I'm not going to push them that far. Now, USB, let's put this onto Bluetooth. Bluetooth. Let's see if Gina's album is available on Bluetooth. It's on Apple Music. Buy it on Apple Music. Same track. CD quality sound is way better than what this is accepting through this via Bluetooth.
Blues on my mind.
It's not bad.
Blues around my head. Blues on my mind.
It's not bad. What are you going to use this for, realistically? Oh, I did plug in a turntable through a preamp and plug that into here. It worked beautifully. So if you have a turntable and you have some sort of a preamp, either built in or external preamp, it'll work. If you want to just use this to power a turntable to some speakers, you can do that if you have a preamp. And it's going to sound as good as that CD player sounded. Bluetooth from my phone should be fine, but it doesn't sound that good. Well, let's put it this way. It doesn't sound audiophile. So really it depends on what your use is for this. You've got a little old Jade Audio amplifier. You're probably not going to run this to your main living room speakers, but you can, depending on what you want to run through it. So the Bluetooth quality is not going to be great. However, the CD quality and the vinyl quality come out fine. Do they come out ultimate audiophile? They sound pretty damn good for what they are. Now, I had a Pioneer turntable with an Audiophile 2M Red on it and plugged in through a Duke preamp, which is a very inexpensive preamp, into this. You figure cheap amplifier, cheap preamp, and it sounded damn good. If I had nothing else, I would be happy with that, assuming I had decent speakers like these or something else that I could drive with them. With a unit like this, you will find out fast how important your speakers are, because I plugged these through little KLH bookshelf speakers that I had sitting on the side there, and it didn't sound very good. Better speaker, good sound. I was really amazed at how much of a difference it made. Now, I knew there was a huge difference between the speakers, but I thought, a little thing like this isn't going to give me that big of a difference. It did. It did. Yeah. Price. This is on AliExpress, ranging from like $129 to $139 roughly there. If you go onto the APHOS website, which is where these come out of, I think it says $133. You're not paying much. Well, you're not paying much by modern audio standards. And you're getting quite a bit out of this little unit. I like it for what it puts out. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Okay. Should I keep this, or should I pass it on to someone that needs it? I know someone that needs it, and I actually bought it in order to review it and then pass it on to her. This is the daughter of a friend of mine who just recently with a couple of roommates, got her first house rental. They were at a little house. Actually, my wife saw it. She said it's a pretty big house for what they're getting. And they have a living room they need to fill with sound, and they don't have anything really to do it. So I thought I'd give them this. Maybe a CD player. I've got another one lying around here. I can pick up something for $10 at Goodwill. And speakers. The speakers are the most expensive part, and you're going to get what you pay for. So if I have something like this, you can get, these are like the equivalent of, if I had to pay for someone to make these for me, and let's say they're $1,000 speakers. I would put these up against somebody else's $1,000 speakers. And they should hold their own against it. Price point, $133. Amplifier, 300 watts per channel at 4 ohms. Maybe. I don't have anything to measure it with here right now. And does the Bluetooth, does it adequately. It does the auxiliary connection very nicely. So if you have a CD player going through this, it sounds great. If you have a turntable, do it through a preamp. If you've got some other type of audio and you can transfer it to an auxiliary plug, it might do better. So if you have like an iPhone, you might try a USB-C to a dual output RCA jack type on this. I don't have one. Unfortunately, I don't have one. But that might sound better than the Bluetooth. But of course, with the Bluetooth, you can walk around the house with it, and it'll still sound pretty damn good. The USB, I was not thrilled with the quality of the sound. Not sure why that was. I don't have the newest iPhone, but it should have been fine. Maybe your phone through it or different USB would sound fine. And then the coax, I'm assuming that the coax cable is going to handle this certainly as good as the CD player did, although you would be using the DAC inside here rather than the DAC in the unit. So running the CD player, you've got the DAC from the CD player, which may or may not be a better quality than this DAC. I don't know. It's certainly, that thing's from the 90s, early 2000s, 90s, something like that.
Went to the graveyard.
Buy that album. That's a good album. Tribute to Ida Cox, Gina Coleman, tribute to Ida Cox. I'll see if I can put a link to her website down in the bottom there. And that's a great album. I'm going to do a review of that at some point in the future. Highly, highly recommend it. If she asks me to take this down, I'm going to have to. All right, go through my regular spiel. Thank you for watching Music with Mascots. If you enjoyed this little video, hit a like and subscribe, please, to help my channel grow a little bit. As I try and say something positive at the end of this, we live in this world together. Let's take care of each other, love each other. Don't fall into the trap of hate. Okay? It's hard not to when everything being fed at you is telling you to hate someone else. If something's telling you to hate someone else, don't listen to them. Find something else to listen to that's not telling you that. If you're listening to one side of the equation, they tell you to hate the other side, find another source. If you're listening, it doesn't matter which side you're on. You've got people telling you to hate. Don't. Anybody tells you to hate, don't. Okay? If there's a problem, work on figuring out a way to fix it. Don't do it with hate. Fix it with love. Thank you very much.